early, and our pools are a little far away from some schools. We have a very limited window in the mornings. We get in the water at 4:55 a.m. and we're out by 5:15 or 6:15. That's why it's an hour and 20 minutes, because they have to shower and get to school on time. Saturday and or Sunday, we can run a long course pool from 6 to 8 a.m. on Sunday mornings that they open the pool just for us. It's not open to the general public, and we get all 7 lanes. So we do that at least once a month to this day. Literally tomorrow, or what's today, Saturday, yeah, tomorrow morning my kids will be swimming long course 6 to 8 a.m. All right? So we still do that to this day. Missy's first international meet was dual in the pool in 2009. She was not on our national team. Okay, at dual in the pool, they write the rules that the national team director has some discretionary picks. Believe me, every other team that we pick, ladies and gentlemen, it's like 11 pages, the criteria to make a team. Yeah, true. Okay, the lawyers have to vet it, because the United States is so worried about putting the wrong kid on the team and being sued that they're going to make sure they don't put the wrong kid on the team. Yeah, the IOC can't even figure out who to invite the right people to the Olympics. True story. Okay, this summer they had all kinds of debacles because the IOC can't even get their head out of their butt and pick only 900 athletes for meet. So she got picked up for dual in the pool. Okay, when they made the phone call to me to ask if I would allow Missy to go to dual in the pool, my first question was, well, how many events is she going to swim? They said, oh, she'll swim 100 back, probably the 200 free, and probably a relay. I said, okay. Because when she went to that meet, she had to give up 09 Junior Nationals. 09 Junior Nationals, short course yards, man, Missy would have had a pretty good meet. But when she got picked up for dual in the pool, her parents looked at me and said, absolutely not. She's not going to Junior Nationals, and then a week later going to dual in the pool, and I agree. You should have seen it when I walked in to tell me her 4 teammates that she wasn't going to Junior Nationals. Yeah, they understood how good she was. But remember what I said this morning, those 4 young ladies that weren't named Missy Franklin? Yeah, still winning in one meet. But that's where coaches got to step in and make them believe. And believe me, it wasn't easy. For like a week after that, I had to like talk to them every day. Come on, you guys can do this, come on, come on. All right? And lo and behold, they started believing, and they did. 09, dual in the pool. Guess how many races she swam? Relay. You know what? I wasn't on the staff. It wasn't my decision. You know, I can look back on it. But you know what? She led off our 400 free relay in the second fastest 100 free in American history at that moment. Oh yeah, she did lead off against Fran Halsall from Great Britain. Fran Halsall beat her by about 2.5 feet. Missy thought she was the biggest failure ever of her life. She's like, I let my team down. I said, I don't know here. Let's look at this. It's the second fastest 100 free ever. I don't think you let down the team. But that's Missy. She's like, no, I let down the team. I did not get my hand on the wall before her. I did not win my leg. I let down the team. That's, whoa, all right. This is a 13-year-old, ladies and gentlemen, telling me this. Now, this is her, obviously it's more than this now, okay, but Missy did do a few international meets, okay, because I truly realized when she got to that level, if we continued to just swim local meets, and she could go out and give about, probably about 70% effort and still work everybody up and down the pool, that wasn't benefiting her. Don't get me wrong, we still swam local meets, all right, and then in those local meets, you know what I'd do? I'd be like, hey, Missy, you're going to swim a mile. And then she'd be like, hey, can I do a backstroke? And I'd be like, sure, why not? So we figured out other ways to challenge her at local meets so that I could still get things out of her at local meets. Because I think that's important. Because I don't care if you're Missy Franklin or Chad Leclos or Michael Phelps, nobody wants to be there by themselves with their coach all the time. Believe me, Missy and I already went to enough meets by ourselves that we don't need to go to all meets by ourselves. And that's important. can't take the team aspect away. I don't care how good they get. And is that going to be challenging for each one of you, that when you get an athlete to that level? You're darn right it is. And you're going to have, and you don't, do you think that I lost kids because Missy Franklin swam for me? Of course I did! Come on, people! I'm dealing with the same parents as you are. Right? So Missy has success, and then they come in and they go, well, my daughter's in that group, and why doesn't she have this success? Yeah, maybe the program. Is my program better because of Missy Franklin? You're darn right it is. But I definitely lose athletes because of Missy Franklin too. Alright? I love when somebody says you play favorites. And you know what my response back is? I go, you're right, I do. And then they're like, and I go, yeah, you know who my favorites are? It's the athletes in my pool that are listening, that are prepared, that are doing what I'm asking. And Missy just happens to be one of those that does everything that I ask. And she's prepared, and she's on time. But she's not the only one. So, do we play favorites? You're darn right. Okay, but I play favorites to the athletes that are in my pool, that are doing the work, that are respecting what I'm saying, and listening to what I'm saying. The other kind of playing favorites is a good way for you to have no team. And that's where that fine line is for Coach Todd even, of running the head coach and CEO of Colorado Stars. I need to balance that. I can't always be gone with Missy. You got to make those choices too. There's some times where I go, you know, hey, I'm going to send my assistant coach with you. Or, hey, you might need to go to that meet by yourself. It didn't happen very often because I don't think that's true to setting your athlete up for success, especially when they're that young. But it's a fine line, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to figure out the whole line for yourself. I can't tell you where that line is. But I know some of you are sitting here right now, and you got that kid that's coming through your program. You got to start thinking about these things. Because if you wait till it happens, it's too late. Because you've already lost those kids. And I just said, Missy Franklin doesn't want someone to work out by herself. So if she has no group around her, is Missy Franklin going to continue to represent the Colorado Stars and swimming for Todd Schmitz? No way. Because then she's going to leave. You got to understand that. It's a balancing game. Hey, last year, I'll talk about this tomorrow morning, I had a pro group of 7 pros, one from Vietnam, one from China. I mean, they were from all over the world. I had to figure out how that was going to work with my program because I'm an age group program. So I figured it out in the mornings. They got long course pool time, and it was just those 7, and it was usually myself and my associate head coach on deck. And guess what? In the afternoons, they swam with my older kids. 6, 7 kids in a short course javelin. But you know what? Every one of those pros that was in that group, we went to sectionals last March in Florida, and we won the meet. I can tell you right now, if you ask Missy what she remembers about last year, she's going to say, man, we went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we swam fast, and we won that meet. Missy went one best time in that meet. Because it wasn't the goal. But she went a lifetime best in the 400 free. Because that was an event we put in there, and I was like, man, we would swim 400, let's do 400. She went in and she said, what's the goal? She goes, I want to go best time. I said, yeah, that's exactly what I want. 4:12. I beat the field by 50 meters. But you know what? Every one of my pros that was in that group, that sectional, we did something for them, and Missy was the only one that didn't win the best time. All the rest of my pros that were at that meet didn't even win the best time. It doesn't matter to me. Okay? Because the reality is that Missy Franklin can't even tell you what her times were at 08 trials, or maybe she could tell you in 2012 that she went 2:04.0 in the 200 back because it's still the world record. But all of her other times, she has no idea what they are. It's just like every one of your athletes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? What are they going to remember from what you're doing? They're not going to remember the numbers. man, they're going to remember, gosh, I remember we went to that meet and we all stayed in the same hotel room and then you kept farting and you were laughing. Like, that's what they remember. They don't remember times. They don't. They remember the experiences and the life meant, the moments that happened. I tell you what, the last night of sectionals, and it was a close meet. Okay, we were swimming a club from Florida. I'm from Colorado. We're coming into their backyard. Literally, the club that we're competing against was 10 miles from this pool. He had 7 Olympians on his roster. I had 3. I didn't win the meet because I had 3 Olympians on my roster. I won the meet because we went there with 31 athletes, and 29 out of the 31 had a night swim. It was a team effort. The last night when we knew we were going to win the meet, okay, the meet finishes and it takes a little while to kind of get everything compiled. My entire team, we took over the corner of the pool, and man, we just had fun. Like they started playing Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, and we are all belted out of the top of our lungs. And I start looking around, and there's parents filming us, and it's not our parents. It's parents from every other team around there, and they're filming us, and they're going, man, look at this. Look at how much fun they're having. And you're darn right we all jumped in the pool. And I'm proud of that. That's part of it. Pros got to have fun too. That's that balance. A happy swimmer's a fast swimmer. If swimming turns into a job, it's the #1 way to make it not fast. You got to have fun. Like I said, 2013, she won 6 gold medals. That's still to this day the most gold medals ever won in the long course world championship. She's won 12 gold medals overall in long course world championships. It's the most decorated female of all time in long course world championship history. Yeah, you know the kicker is that nobody except for us cares about long course world championships. True story. All right. At the end of the day, what does everybody want to know? Well, how many medals did she win in the Olympics? That's just the way our sport is. Okay? We get a big bump every 4 years because the Olympics are on TV. Swimming's usually the highest rated event. Okay? There's a reason for that. But yeah, so nobody even knows that she's that. Here's some of her time progressions, just so you guys understand where she was. Okay? It was a 100-meter freestyle. Check it out. 14, that's the time that I talked about that she would have made our world championship team in 09. 54.0. Yeah, then she got a little slower. Then she went the same times. It's 53.3. She's been 52 on a relay 3 different times. Unfortunately, the last few times that she swam the relay, they let her off because we needed her to lead off because everybody else was pretty strong. So she always had to lead off. I was always an advocate for putting her on the back because she's a racer. And she'll mow people down. I've watched her do it more than once. $200 free. Check that out right there. 300 at 8 years old. 45 seconds per 50. That's the big jump. And that's where I can truly say that sometime in this period is where she truly understood what she needed to do in practice was the same thing she does in the meet. And that's where it clicked. And you see, listen, even Missy Franklin doesn't always go faster. Look, she got slower this year. And then, boom, had a huge drop. But then stayed about the same, then went 5.0, 5.8, and then 4.1, 4.8. Okay, so even the world's best have up and downs. On her back. This is 2012 Olympics. Anybody remember what happened in prelims with that 100 back? There was a young lady from Australia that went out and broke the Olympic record, named Emily Seavon. Yeah, Missy got out of the warm down pool and she was like, holy Kelsey, Mom just broke the Olympic record. I said, yeah. I said, you know what the bad part about that is? Yeah, she gets to go sit in drug testing for the next 2 hours, and we're going to go back and rest. True story. I watched Emily Seabaum swim the second semifinal after Missy's heat 1 of the semifinal. I have no idea why I thought this, but I was so confident that I told my athlete. Missy came back over to me, and the heat 2 had already finished, and she's like, okay, I said, all right, yeah, we're going into finals, all right. I think actually she was the first going into finals. And I just said, you know what? Emily's not going to go that fast again. And she looked at me and she goes, how do you know that? And I said, I have a sense. I said, I just watched her semifinal swimming. She's working a little too hard. Okay, if you watch that race on YouTube, Missy turns in, man, I think 3rd or 4th place. And at about 80 meters, it looks like Emily Seabaum literally starts swimming in quicksand, and Missy completely accelerates past her. It does 58.3. Yeah, Emily Seabaum's time is faster than that in prelims. Okay? And then the next year, she was world champion at 58.3. There you go, there's the 200 back progression. You notice where it starts? She didn't even swim the 200 back before that. She never swam it when she was 8. She never swam it when she was 9. She didn't swim the 200 long course backstroke until she was 10. All right, and then you can see the progressions. A happy swimmer is a fast swimmer. This is Missy to a T. Missy's having fun. She's enjoying herself. She's going to be swimming fast. Missy didn't have very much fun this summer. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm not going to stand up here and say that this year went the way we want, and it's not because we didn't do it. I'll tell you what, myself as a coach, I sacrificed more in the last 12 months for Missy than I had probably ever done in my entire life. And you can ask Grant, he was in Rio. That's the hardest meet I've ever been to in my life. Because I knew what Missy sacrificed, I knew what she did. And there was just an article last week that she was quoted, and she finally said it. Because it's not my place to say, because it's not me. I can hear my dirty laundry, but that's not helping anybody. But Missy finally came out and said it. She said, my performances in Rio were 100% mental. They were nothing physical. And everybody involved in Team Missy knew that. We knew that she was physically fitter and stronger than she's ever been in her life. Period. I wish I could go back 6 months and start training the brain. Because that's something Missy never needed until now. And that was one of those things that as coach, I probably dropped the ball a little bit on that. It's a hard pill to swallow for us coaches. After Rio, I took 2 weeks off and I just went to my dad's lake cabin and I just, sat there, just reflecting on things, and nothing I can do to change it now. And, Missy texted me yesterday wishing me a happy birthday. And you know what, at some point, her and I are going to sit down and we're going to talk about it. And we got to, she's got to figure some things out, and she's already figured some things out. You're darn right she's going to swim through 2020 and probably through 2024. But even the world's best have ups and downs. You should all look at the article that was written by a gentleman by the name of Wayne Drees from ESPN. Google it. The Michael Phelps article by Wayne Drees. D-R-E-H-S. Read that article. And when you read that article, When I read that article, you just changed Michael Phelps' name to Missy Franklin. And that was pretty eye-opening to me. And Michael talks about in there that no matter what he did, he didn't feel like he was being his best self, and he wanted to kill himself. We're talking about the greatest of all time. That article came out like a month before trials. I know Michael very well. I know Bob very well. Reading that article was a big smack upside my head. For sure. It's worth the read. Allison Schmidt. Okay, she's come out. Talked about the depression she dealt with after the 2012 Olympics. Are you kidding me? She went 153. That's a second faster than Katie Ledecky went this year to win the gold medal, ladies and gentlemen. Allison Schmidt did that in 2012. Went a 153 to win the gold medal. Has never broken 156 since then. Sometimes we're blinded by the light. Train the whole body, train the whole mind. She doesn't do everything correctly, ladies and gentlemen. Are you kidding me? She still has bad straight lines. She still doesn't kick out off her walls. She still takes a breath off her walls. True story. She's just like every other kid we coach. She started intense dryland at probably about 11 or 12. Okay, and at that age, we just focus on body weight and movement, not weights. We don't add weights. Okay, they can do all body, their own body movement. Okay, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. Okay, it's all body weight movement. Okay, because the mind knows how much the body weighs. It's a lot harder to hurt yourself when you're using your own body weight, especially when they're 11 and 12 years old. Okay, their growth plates are still open. You don't want to injure them. And now I partner with a gentleman by the name of Lauren Landau. He owns his own performance company called Landau Performance. He's world renowned. He speaks around the world about dryland. He coaches NFL players. He coaches MMA fighters. He coaches Missy. He's coached other Olympic swimmers. He does it all. But I'll tell you what Lauren has that almost a lot of other personal trainers or trainers out there don't have. Every single trainer you ever ask, if you say, can you work with a swimmer? Of course they're going to look at you and say, of course I can. Now, we're different than every land sport there is, ladies and gentlemen, and they need to understand that. And they need to come to your workout, and they need to observe, and they need to understand what you're talking about in the pool so that they can imitate it on land. Lauren came to the Asian World Cups with us this last fall. And he just observed, and he just watched. And yeah, he ran through the see-through dryland and my other athlete, Austin, and he did all that. But man, he was just there because I wanted him to understand what the world does, so we were truly setting Missy up for success. Every trainer is going to tell you that they can work with swimmers. Not every trainer can. You got to have a trainer that's going to check their ego at the door and be willing to learn. Because a trainer is just like a coach. Lauren would stand up here and tell you that he doesn't know it all, and he's always learning. Yeah.
Look, dryland training, does it go right through the year? And times in the year that you stop with dryland training?
You got to understand the drylands that myself and my coaches are running, okay, are not weight room based or anything like that. We don't have access to any of that. So the drylands that we're doing are athletic movements. You know, at the end of the day, okay, I know that there's some coaches out here that love running. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, swimming's an aerobic sport. Okay, running's an aerobic sport. All right, if you read physiology in a physiology book, if you're in training, you don't need more aerobic training. Okay, running's actually really hard on the body, very hard on the body. That's why my dad has had both hips replaced, because he ran his entire life. Running is very hard on the body. Swimmers are not very good athletes usually. Swimmers hurt themselves running. all the time. I have no problem with running early on in the season, okay, because you can't do that many yards because their shoulders get too sore and they're not, okay? I totally agree with supplementing swimming with running early on, okay? But when you're in the heart of training, your dry land training should not be running because it's aerobic training on top of aerobic training, and that's basically they're counteracting each other, okay? But you're right, our dry land training happens all year round. Of course, it changes when we get closer to the big meets, and it dials down, and we won't do 45 minutes, do 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes, okay? But all those movements you want to keep in there. Same as Missy. She doesn't just go from, when we start taper, she all of a sudden doesn't do any dry land. Heck no. Okay, we go to a maintenance, and it's more like core stability, because Missy swims all 8 days of the meet, ladies and gentlemen. She needs to perform on day 1 as much as she performs on day 8. And that comes down to body strength and body awareness, and that's why we don't just drop dry lands completely for none of our athletes. Of course, it's dialed down just like other training. All right, as we taper dry land also. Good question.
So, what age are they start getting into the gym? You say that obviously it's dry land at 11 years of age. You don't have access to the gym and so on up there. What age do you think they should actually start getting into the gym?
Well, I tell you what, that's number one, it's got to be outside of me. Okay, so that means more money. Okay, so there's some athletes that are in my senior program that their parents are just like, no, I'm not paying for that. That's their prerogative. I can tell you that one of Lauren's sessions is my monthly dues. You got to pay for what you get, ladies and gentlemen. If you want Joe Schmo to charge you $10, you're going to get Joe Schmo effort. Period. Okay? You got to understand that. Yeah, my top monthly dues are, high performance group is $190 a month. I think Lauren charges $100 a session, so 2 sessions they're already paying more than my monthly dues.
But what age would you say, mate? What age would you say?
I would say I don't recommend that until 14 or 15 years old. Okay, because any other time they can do their own body weight and all that stuff, and what we're doing is completely fine for that. Now, this is when we start intense dry land at 11, 12. Our 10 and unders, heck yeah, they do some dry land every day. Because it's my 10 and under coach, and so they'll do 10 minutes. Their practice time's an hour and a half, but it's actually an hour and 45 on the schedule. That first 15 minutes, sometimes my 10 and under coach uses it as maybe a goal talk, or sometimes she just does, basic movements, getting into that athleticism like we talked about earlier. Because these kids aren't getting it in school anymore that we got when we were in school. So just introducing basic movements like that. Doing streamlined jumps on the ground. Okay, the better they are on the ground, the better they're going to be in the pool. Other question? That's what I have. The one thing I was finished with here, before we ask more questions. We don't coach machines. Everybody's got to have downtime. In the summer, we do something very unorthodox, and Grant and I have talked about it, and he said he tried it actually with his group, and he really liked it. In the summer, so basically June and July, we only offer workouts Monday through Friday for every single one of my groups. So that means basically 2 out of 3 weekends they are off. Every single kid on my team. Because they need to have a summer. They need to be able to sleep in. They need to be able to have a sleepover. They need to be able to go camping out. They need to be able to go to have a safari. They got to be kids. So my older kids, we have those 9 workouts in 5 days. We do a double Monday, double Tuesday, single Wednesday, double Thursday, double Friday. At 12:30 p.m. on Friday afternoon, my older kids are off until 5:30 a.m. on Monday morning. Yeah, do the math real quick right there. That's like 2.5 days off. You gotta ask yourself, when was the last time some of your kids got 2.5 days off? We're not coaching machines. Everybody needs time off. Kids need time off. sometimes we don't give credit to the athletes that we coach, especially the younger they are. They don't get out of shape in 2 days. Are you kidding me? That's what coaches tell me all the time. They go, that's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. On Monday morning, does it maybe take a little longer warm up? Yeah, sure. But I tell you what, here's the crazy thing, my workouts in the summer, first workout's from 5:30 to 7 a.m. Second workout's at 10:30 a.m. 3.5 hours. Because that's about the standard time that we get in between a prelim and final meet in our country anyways. I know we're all used to this pattern of 6-8 hours in between. And was it a change for my kids? And was there some freaking out by some parents? You're darn right there were. There's not one parent that complains now, because at 12:30 on Friday, they can do what they want. That's huge. So Monday double, Tuesday double, Wednesday single, Thursday double, Friday double. 12:30 at Friday afternoon, they're done until 5:30 a.m. on Monday. Like I said, in the summer, because it's a little shorter season, we go to a meet about every 3 weeks. During the school year, we go to a meet about every 4 weeks, just because the season's a little longer. So I have a question over here, Dave? Any other questions? Come on. I'm just that good, I covered it. You gotta coach the athlete, okay? I was watching Grant's workout last night. Coaching's an art. It's an art, ladies and gentlemen. Coaching's not science. Coaching is an art. Science doesn't explain everything. You gotta understand that, and you gotta coach to the athlete and the athletes that you have. And you gotta understand what buttons they need pushed and when you need to push it. That's where the art comes in. So remember what I said earlier? You can't coach by fear. Okay, but the true art of a good coach is when you see an athlete and you know that they need their button pushed. And you go push it. Okay, 2009 Berlin World Cup. 200 free, Missy gets up, we talk about the race, and I say, okay, let's be better in and out of our walls, let's not breathe off our turns, all right, let's just be better. Yep, she dove into the 200 free, proceeded to breathe off every single wall, had an absolutely atrocious race, took like 5th place, Todd Schmitz beat her by 3 body lengths. She got up, and I was like, what the heck was that? You didn't do anything we talked about. You know, whatever, she's drunk because she didn't perform the way she wanted to either. So I looked at her and I said, well, you got 15 minutes before the 200 back. You better go leave that in the warm-down pool. She went and warmed down. She came back over to me and I looked at her and I said, did you leave that in the warm-down pool? And she's like, always. I said, okay. I said, all right, 200 back. All right, let's work on accelerating into our walls. Oh, yeah. She went out and broke the rule there. Yeah, 2009. First world record broken by a female since the rubber suits were banned. Yeah, that's athletes. Are you kidding me? Her physical shape did not change in 20 minutes. Okay, for whatever reason, the free wasn't there, but man, the backstroke was. And she came off her 150 wall, and it's still on YouTube. And I tell you what, man, she just was like smoke on the water. I think came home like 30.1 and went 2 double over and broke the world record. Yeah, USA Swimming, we have a code. All right, so when you're on staff, you sign a code which says you are going to follow all the rules the athletes do. So that basically means even though you're an adult, you don't get to drink. All right, so Bob Bowman's on staff with me, and he turns to me and he goes, hey, Todd, congrats on your first world record. I wish I could buy you a beer, but I can't. I was like, wow, I can't believe this, you know? And then Michael came up to me and he said, hey, Todd, you're never going to forget this one. Because the first one I always means the most. And he's right. I can remember it like it was yesterday, and that was 2009. I hope the one thing we've learned today is that I don't know it all. He doesn't do everything perfect. Okay? The job as you as coaches and instructors and parents is to make sure your athlete or your kid is set on the right path, because that's all we can do. Because at the end of the day, we can only provide the tools for them to be better. We can't make them use the tools. And we all need to understand that. The day that you care more about the sport than your athletes, and I get myself in trouble about this all the time, the day you care more about it than them is when you start not connecting with the athletes. Grant made a really good statement to me earlier today. He said, you know, you got to coach to the group you have in the pool. And if you got a really serious group, then you can be really serious. Right now I got a young group, so I can't be quite as serious, because that's going to drive them away from the team and the sport. I got to change my style based on who's in my pool. And I think that's what some coaches forget. Your group dynamics change every season based on who's in your water. And you got to be able to change your approach and change the way you do things based on who's in your pool. I think that's the number one thing you should learn. Yes?
Sorry. I've got a couple of boys that aren't getting along.
How many lanes do you have?
I've got 6 now.
Okay, so put them in lane 1 and lane 6. Spread them out. Okay, it's not usually boys that have problems. Girls get really catty with each other. Here's what I say. I love a co-ed training environment. Here's why. Okay, boys are too stupid to follow directions all the time, all right? And girls get too dang catty with each other. Okay, so they balance each other out. The boys kind of add the stupidness to like defray the girls' seriousness sometimes. I'm not even kidding you. Because in the winter, all my girls go away and swim in high school. And so I have very few girls in my pool every day. And the boys, man, they just are just knuckleheads. On some days I'm like, are you kidding me, guys? Like, I think they're gonna break their arms sometimes. And then the boys go away in the spring and all the girls come in, and sometimes I'm like, whoa, stop, stop. You know, oh my gosh, like, no. All right, that's why I love a co-ed training environment. All right? But sometimes if you got a big enough issue, sometimes you got to take it on head on, and you got to sit down with them and say, what's going on? What? Let's get it out on the table. It's the same thing with a parent. You got the bleacher creature, address it head on. You pull that parent aside and you say, listen, we need to talk. You're clearly not buying into the philosophy that's happening here. What's going on?